Okay, Nate, so I guess I'm here to interview you.
Yes, I want to do an interview from the one and only Craig, or Hello Call Me Craig, or Fading Entree, whatever you want to call him. I don't know what you prefer to be called.
Craig's good. Craig is good, but
Alright, let's get on with the
first question I'm
questions.
going to throw at you is from Cody.
Okay.
Have you had any past experience with this branch of work?
Have I had any past experience with what now?
This branch of work.
This branch of work? Uh, I don't think I have. No, I think I was a bit busy at the time. I was I was in the war actually.
Ah, the war, huh?
Yeah,
What war was that?
it was the war.
Ah, I see. Just the war.
Yep. The one that all the old people say they were in, you know?
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Alright.
It's my understanding that you're not very old, though.
I'm not very old now. I mean, I could be
That's,
actually 1,000 years old and 1'1", but then again, I'm probably not.
yeah, probably. Okay. Next question. A lot of people want to get an update on the race.
Oh, the race, yeah. It's actually been going on for a while. For those of you who don't know, it's actually a race between Craig, my other friend Christian, and like 5 other people of who lose their virginity first. And I can't remember if I actually started it or if they did. I'm pretty sure I did because I was just making up some bullshit. But yeah, I don't know. How about you? Are you ahead in the race so far? I know you were one of the
I
main
like to think I'm
contenders
ahead.
for a while.
Yeah, I like to think I'm ahead.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Tuesday was in the race, but I think if she was, then she won it pretty quickly.
Who?
Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Nightmare cried over that.
He did. He tried to tell him.
We did. All right. At what point in man's evolution did he start wiping his ass?
Um, well, I'm gonna say back in the Paleozoic period, maybe he was tired of just, shitting, so he found a leaf, or possibly even a corn cob if he was lucky, and
I see.
he put two and two together, even though math wasn't really much of a thing back then, he still somehow did that, and yeah, wiped his ass.
I see. So, what have you done to get here today? Were there any good experiences? If you know what I mean.
What have I done to get here today? Well, I had to, I had to embarrass myself by cross-dressing on national TV. I
Oh, I see. How was that?
oh, it was pretty amazing actually. I like the feeling of the panties, and through halfway through it, I actually changed to some skinny jeans. And I don't even mean like the kind that emos wear. I mean like the actual girl kind.
Ah, I see. Isn't that rough down there?
It is pretty rough down there. I'm actually glad I have 3 balls, because if I didn't, I would have probably lost one.
I see. I see. The 3 balls probably keeps your sperm count up too from wearing all that constricting stuff.
Yeah, it actually kind of balances it out.
I see. Well, isn't your odd mutation lucky?
It is.
Okay. So, what interests you?
What interests me? I would have to say things which are relevant to my interests.
I see.
Particularly Lydia Winters.
Ah, that's it? That's the only thing that interests you?
No, that's just the particular thing that interests me.
Ah, I see.
I also like catch-a rides.
Ah, that's a good business
It
there.
is.
You know, I knew the owner once.
Oh, you did? What happened to him?
Yeah. I don't know. He's on some planet look for a vault or help him look for a vault, something like that.
Yeah, been a pretty crazy adventure.
It has.
So I have a question for you as a little intermission here. Um,
Okay.
we just beat Borderlands 2 last night. What was your impression of the final boss and the big, big culmination of all the events?
Honestly, I think it was kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah? What did you think of
It
the final
just,
boss itself?
he was a bitch, but he was kind of easy when we just stood back in that corner where he couldn't attack
Yeah,
us.
after we
His
quit
health,
running out,
his health is just unbelievably a large amount.
Yeah.
I guess I expected more,
Yeah, it did kind of end on a little bit of a cliffhanger there.
and I hate cliffhangers.
Yeah.
Okay. This question is from Cameron.
Cameron, alright.
Yes. Is it true that you're 6'6"?
That one's not from me.
It is, I'm pretty sure that's true. The last time I measured for that costume, I'm pretty sure I was either 6'6" or 6'5", so probably somewhere in between those two. So, yes.
So,
I'm a pretty
to
tall
sum it up,
guy.
you're tall as fuck.
I am pretty tall as fuck. The only person I know that's taller than me is, well, my dad, obviously, and, my friend Jim's about half an inch taller.
I see. Do your shorter friends get awkward when standing next to you, or do they feel awkward?
Sometimes they actually mention that they feel short, like they actually bring it up. So, in a way,
I
yes.
see. Does it make you feel bad that you're not a short person, that you can't experience the things that short people experience?
Well, you're pretty short. You can tell me, what do short people experience?
I don't know, we can fit in small things.
Like the time I stuffed you into a box?
Yeah, that was
Painful
painful.
as fuck. I was just like trying to cram the box back to its original shape.
Yeah, it's not going to work like that when there's a human in it.
Yeah, it's kind of like that on shock side. This is
Yeah.
not gonna work.
Oh, horrible, horrible stuff. So, this is another one that I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to know. What started the "it's raining milk" thing?
Well, it was a little bit before the time when you came over, so it was like in maybe September or October of '09, and I was talking with Cher, and we were just talking about like different things that we hate, and I was like, man, I hate it so much when I'm trying to go somewhere and a damn Snorlax is in my way, and then she's like, I really hate it when I wake up and I change genders, and I'm like, it's even worse than that, those days when it rains milk. And it just became some kind of weird inside joke. I've been trying to convince people that it actually rains milk here ever since.
I see. That answers a lot of questions on my behalf. Here's another question in roughly the same ballpark. What started the every time I go
The same
outside I
thing.
get kicked in the nuts?
That very same
Same thing.
conversation, yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
That actually explains a lot.
it does explain a lot. That's why I always say them together.
Okay. Let's see here. If a baby's legs pop out at 11:59 p.m., but the head comes out at 12:01, which day was he born on?
I'm gonna say 12. I'm gonna say the next day because that's when he fully came out. I mean, if it's just partially out, Then again, would it really take that long to push out a baby? I don't know, I've never actually watched a birth before. I was absent on the day we were watching The Miracles of Birth or whatever.
Oh God, I had to watch that in house.
They were really unshaven down there.
Yeah, and it's pretty nasty. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah. Here's another question for you, actually. What, like, how do I say this? Is it possible for a baby to be born and then pushed back in, or, yeah, pushed back in and then pushed back out again?
I'd say it's probably possible without killing the baby. No, but it's probably possible.
Oh.
So, let me see here. All right, here's one. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
Oh my.
9001.
9001.
Enough to crush a scouter, or crush the Tootsie Pop at least.
I see. And what's your opinion on my album that recently came out?
Oh, yeah, I think it's actually one of the best, most solid albums I've heard in recent years. I mean, I like how you did that thing with going with, like, all the different genres. You know, most people
Yeah, I thought it was a
stick
good
to
idea.
one, but you had, like, so many different types, it was crazy. How did you manage to feature Eminem on that album, actually?
Kidnapping.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How hard and or easy was that?
It's pretty easy.
Why? How'd you do it?
I just hid in a bush outside of his house and waited until he left.
Oh, I'll be a damn.
Yeah.
What was your favorite song from that album? Personally?
I'm gonna have to say Screamo is emo,
Oh, yeah?
or If My Fish Dies Young.
Oh, yeah. That was a solid track. I was actually wondering how you got Screamo is Emo to be 6 minutes and 66 seconds long.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy.
Oh, I'll bet.
It involves some Daedra worshipping.
Daedra worshipping, huh? I hear if you play it
Yeah.
backwards, you get a secret message.
Ah, well, I can't comment on such speculations.
I see. That's understandable.
Okay. Let's see. What is your favorite drink?
My favorite drink? I'm gonna have to say grapefruit flavored Perrier water. That is my favorite drink.
Okay. Here's another question I'm pretty sure I know the answer to. What do you like in women?
Looks-wise or personality-wise?
Both.
Let's see. Well, looks, of course my first favorite thing is a big ass. Everyone knows that. What else? I like bangs. I think chicks with, like, really nice bangs look good. Let's see. I don't really care that much about boob size. I'm kind of like you in that. I mean, as long as they look nice, I don't really care if they're, like, big or small, as long as they're not, like, fucking watermelons or something.
Yeah.
Personality-wise, I like someone who isn't completely obsessed with appearance. You know, being a gamer helps too. Someone who is more like open and outgoing, that kind of type.
I see.
Yeah.
That's a pretty long list there.
Yeah, I just figured I'd list first thing that came into my head.
You think maybe that long ass list is why you're losing the race?
Not really. I was just saying what I preferred. My reason why I'm
I
losing
see.
the reason why I'm losing the race, which I'm not even in for the to begin with, I'm not even in the race. But
No, you're in it.
what?
You were entered in it as soon as I was
You
entered in it.
drafted me into the race? How could you?
Yeah. Yeah, you drafted me into it.
It's because I was the one that made the race. I'm the master.
Exactly, and I took over.
You took over?
Yeah.
Well, you're a dirty cheater. I'll just have you know that.
I see. But either way, you're in the race.
I'll be damned. I'll keep that in mind from now on.
I see. Here's another question that some people want tied up. Who shot first?
Han. He
Han.
shot first. They want to make him look like some kind of role model, so in the newer version they made Greedo shoot first, but we all know Han shot first. I mean, we could see how his head just digitally stretches to the side.
I still gotta see that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Han shot first. Let's see. Run questions asked you here.
Are you just coming up with them off the top of your head now, or are you still looking from the list?
Yeah, I've been coming up with them off the top of my head for a while.
Oh, interesting.
What's your opinion on Ice Summon's hard drive crashing and him having to lose everything and start all over?
Did this actually happen?
This did.
When?
Today.
What?
Yeah.
I've never heard of an Xbox's hard drive crashing before. That's certainly beyond strange. Shit, that's pretty bad, because I was like helping him with Borderlands and all that, and then, wow. Can he still even get on his account? Like, can he still get on Ice Summons 579 or?
No, he can't. He had to make a completely new
Oh
account.
my gosh. You think he could at least recover it?
He said he tried and it wouldn't let him.
I'll have to ask him about that. That's pretty bad.
Thought so. I thought so. What's your opinion on apparently, I've heard this, that Cookie didn't actually cheat to get his really high level. He did it legitimately.
I assume he could have just found some really quick place to grind. Or he knew where that Slaughter Dome was. I assume that's a great place to grind.
I'm not sure what level he is anymore.
Like 40
but
or
it's,
so?
yeah, it's almost 50.
Yeah.
This game's only been out for like 2 days, correct?
And he's had the game significantly less time than us.
Yeah. So here's a question for you again, since you can't think of another one right now. What was your first impression of me?
Huh. I don't know. I mean, I remember meeting you, which was when I kicked you out of that game in Halo 3.
Yeah.
And
I added
you were
you
pretty
simply
persistent.
because of your accent that I thought
Yeah.
you had at the time.
You were pretty persistent on adding me.
Yeah.
Because you thought I was Scottish because I was doing that whole giant troll.
Yeah, it was great.
I don't know. I guess it's got to be a good impression. I mean, we've been friends for a few years now.
Did you think I was a stoner like everyone else?
No, not really.
That's a first.
Kind of thought that you were somebody who listened to his parents too much.
Listen to my parents too much.
Yeah, because when I first met you, you would pretty much do whatever your mom told you.
I did?
Yeah, and you let your family walk over you a bit too much.
I did what now?
You let your family walk over you a bit too much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was mostly only doing that because I had nowhere else to live, and I didn't exactly want to be on the streets.
I see.
How do I only...
So, okay, here's one. What is your opinion on the ending of Borderlands 2?
It kind of got me a bit pumped. I mean, it was a little, like, you know, out of nowhere, if you know what I mean. Like, I didn't really find it all that lackluster, but I did find it kind of, like, you know, okay, what's supposed to, I mean, I thought like you did that there was going to be a, you know, something after the credits like there was in the first game.
Yeah.
But I mean, the game
Now, here's a
itself,
question.
yeah.
Oh, you go
I
on.
was just gonna say the game itself like really got me pumped. I mean, just for that, I consider it like one of the best games I've played in recent years because like it just got me really. I've never been so into it, you know, when I'm playing a game. When all
Yeah.
the stuff was going on.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I've been playing this game non-stop since I've got it.
Yeah, I'll probably play it with you after this interview is over. In fact.
Okay.
Anyways, what was your question?
But with that, answer this while trying not to give away any spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
What is your thought on the thing you find out about Angel?
The thing you find out about Angel?
Yes. What is your thought on that? Without
It's a
trying
pretty
to play
big
spoilers.
twist. It's like I see it as like on the level of BioShock,
What?
which isn't surprising considering you know 2K helped out
No.
on that
Don't go
game.
back
So
to
Yeah.
the spoilers.
it was a pretty big
Yeah.
twist. I mean, I was not expecting that at all. I thought you know it was gonna have something to do with like your character or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't expect it at all. That was a huge thing.
Because you know the ending of Borderlands 1, it kind of makes it. I don't like that isn't going to happen, but it does.
Yeah. And one more question, pretty much the same topic. What do you think about what happened to Roland?
Well, it kind of reminds me of like, well, I'm trying to think, how do I word this? Like, I don't know, it was kind of abrupt. It was pretty sad, but I mean, it was just kind of, like I said, just kind of abrupt. Like, I didn't expect that at all. Kind of like
I
with the
see.
siren.
And yeah. And what about Bloodwing?
That was like one of the most saddening moments in video gaming for me. I mean, that was like how I felt the first time I was playing through BioShock and the sub blows up, and you think Atlas's family is in there.
Yeah.
Like I was just thinking
I
about
see.
that all day the next day when that happened.
Yeah, that was a pretty saddening part. And then how he twists it at the end and makes you absolutely hate him.
Yeah.
Now, do you like Borderlands 2 as much as you did 1?
I'd say I like it more.
Really?
Yeah.
For what reasons?
Well, it seemed to be more involved with the story, and that's like, you know, what I usually play games for. It was a lot more difficult. There was more challenge to it. I did like, you know, the appearance of all the old Vault Hunters, you know. Kind of helps tie in with the first game a bit better.
I see. You make a very good point. This game definitely has a bigger story arc to it.
Yeah, it gets you more involved.
And it really fleshes out the past Vault Hunters really well.
Yeah, when I was reading that in Game Informer, like I wasn't sure how they were gonna do that, and I thought they might like do a bad job of it, but they didn't.
Yeah, I was surprised. It actually makes you feel for them at certain key points in the story.
Yeah, especially the whole relationship thing.
Yeah. It's a bit odd, but...
A bit out of nowhere, but yeah.
Because I don't remember anywhere in Borderlands 1 there being any kind of
Romance,
attraction between
yeah.
that. Yeah. Just another game company pulling something out of their ass for story value.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. What was your favorite mission in Borderlands?
2 or 1?
Both, or either
Oh
or.
yeah, I'll just say my favorite for both. I think my favorite, like just counting the story, my favorite in one was I'm trying to think. I'm trying to associate with like one of the main bosses. Um, Let me see. 'Cause there was a lot of really good ones. I It's a tough question, really. It's a tough, choice. In two, I think my favorite was when old Ashley Birch helps you blow up a train with badonkadonks.
Oh,
Love that
yes,
one
yes,
quite
I
a
have to
bit.
agree on that one.
Side missions wise, I would say the one about Moxie that we did last night with Jack,
Oh, yeah,
where they used to
yeah.
date or whatever. Just because
Oh,
of the
yeah.
funny dialogue.
Okay. So, what is the answer to life, the universe, and everything?
um, I would have to say it's a ASCII art of Mario riding Yoshi with a cape on.
Huh. I was told that it was 42.
Well, there's like this really old, like I think you could consider it a meme. It's like, like what ASCII like text art, where it's like
Yeah.
artwork made out of letters and shit. Well, there's like that,
Yeah, I
and
know what it
it's
is.
like depicting the cover of Super Mario World, and it's called LUE, which stands for life, the universe, and everything. And it was like a
Yeah,
popular thing on the forums back in the day.
I see.
I'll go ahead and ask you another question. What is your views on Boxy Babe?
Eh, I really don't think she's all that funny. I think she's more annoying than anything.
Yeah.
Uh, the only thing she's got going for her, I guess, is her looks. She doesn't look that bad.
Yeah.
Other than that, I dislike her videos.
Yeah. I mean, I liked her originals because they were just kind of, classic, you know, pieces of internet history, but she does sound kind of annoying. I mean, I know she's pretty much doing it on purpose, but, I know when I showed them to you for the first time, you said you wanted to shove a dick in her mouth to shut her up.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that would be funny.
Yeah.
But, I'd kick myself in the butt if I didn't ask you this. So, what was with the obsession with Jeanette McCurdy?
Um, what do you mean, like, what was with it? Like, how did it start, or what?
Just give me a general,
Summary or whatever?
yeah.
Well, it's kind of hard to explain. Like, I think it was Quinn who had randomly showed me some video of hers, and I don't know, I didn't really like anyone at the time, so for whatever reason I started liking her, and got to talking with her on YouTube, and one thing led to another, I guess.
I see. Did you actually think you were going to get anywhere with that?
At one point, yeah. Granted, I was 16 at the time, but nonetheless.
I see. And now that you're 20, looking back on that, how does that make you feel?
I think it was at least a learning experience. I mean, that was like the only good that came out of it, in my opinion.
I see.
Just as much as like any other girl I've liked and or gone out with.
Hmm. Did you think it was funny, or why exactly did you ask your friend to fuck your ex-girlfriend super hard?
He said he was going to already. We were talking on RuneScape, and like he said he was going to, so I just said, I don't know, give him a like, how do I word this? Just give him one for me or whatever, that kind of thing.
I see. Did it upset you that he was sleeping with her and you never had?
No, because I stopped liking her long before then.
I see.
Ask him that way.
And what made you stop liking her?
Uh, well, like I said, we had broke up, and for a while after that, I still liked her a bit, but I figured it just wasn't really worth it.
I see. And didn't you recently tell me that you two became friends again?
Indeed. She's actually pretty cool.
How did that come about?
She sent me a message one day saying, and I quote, "Sorry for being such a whiny bitch in middle school. You didn't deserve that."
I see. Do you think she might be trying to get back together with you?
No, she has a boyfriend.
I see. No, women are crafty. They can think ahead.
One of the reasons we ended up getting together in the first place is because she found Yamcha really hot.
I see, and you have some sort of obsession with Yamcha.
What is,
Makes sense.
what do you call it? I have a question for you. Who is your favorite character in the Dragon Ball series and why?
Huh. I have to say Piccolo.
And why?
Why? I don't know. He just seems the more...
Level-headed.
He's more serious than the other characters. It's like everything else in the series is a joke, and he takes everything more seriously.
Yeah, he was the one guy who couldn't tell a joke to King Kai. When they get to the, get past Snake Way.
I guess that's why I like him that, and he somehow manages to keep increasing his power level up to where
At least
it's
by
almost
the Saiyans, yeah.
equal. Yeah.
Alright, who is your favorite villain in the ZB universe and why?
Huh. That's a tough one. I'm gonna have to say the Vegeta and Nappa and Raditz.
Oh yeah? The original...
That was the biggest leap they really had to get over.
Yeah,
It was their first real challenge of the series.
that's true. And a related question to that, what did you think about how they killed off like every Z fighter in that little skirmish?
It makes sense. I mean,
Shows
all
how
the other Z
powerful
fighters
they
are humans.
Yeah.
So, it makes sense. They were pretty much just there to buy time until Goku got back.
Yeah.
So they did their job, really.
Krillin, of course, being the one that actually lives through that fight.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Maybe they just didn't feel like killing him off so early in the series. Not sure.
Yeah. Alright. Let's see. Why do you like Metagross so much in Pokemon?
I don't know. He looks awesome. He's psychic. I like psychic types. That's my favorite type.
Did you ever have a favorite before him, like before Gen 3 came out?
Gen 3's really when I started getting into it.
Yeah.
Real hardcore. I mean, I knew what the other Pokemon were, but I never really had a favorite until I really started playing the games.
Oh yeah, that's understandable. Do you think Pokemon needs to like quit with just making new ones constantly like they've been doing, like new actual Pokemon, or do you think they should continue with like a 6th gen?
They should quit creating new Pokemon, new individual Pokemon for the games, and stick with what they've got.
Yeah, I actually agree there. I think they're getting a bit...
I mean, eventually they're going to make a Pokemon that's completely unstoppable on accident.
Oh, like they originally did with Blissey until people figured out how to get past it. Or Mewtwo in Generation 1, because there was no counter for him.
Exactly.
It's a race. Cat.
Alright. What's your opinion on the Shadow Pokemon series on the GameCube?
I generally like them. I like the first better than I did the second.
Yeah.
And it helped me get a lot more Pokemon from my Pokédex at the time,
Yeah, Coliseum was pretty much nothing but Gen 2 Pokemon.
which was incredibly helpful for anyone playing during the time of Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald.
Red Leaf Green, yeah.
Yeah, because there were no second-gen games at that
And you
time to
couldn't
get some of the
transfer
second-gen
anything
Pokemon.
over from the original
Yeah.
GB. Yeah. Let's see here.
What
You got a question?
What is your favorite gen? Yeah, I got a question. What's your favorite generation of Pokemon so far?
My favorite generation, I know it's probably kind of overrated, but I think my favorite is 2, because it introduced most of the Pokemon I like. I guess I associate the best memories with it, because when I was playing, that was, back in 2000, my mom took me and like 4 other friends to, I believe it was Target, and we all picked it up on the same day when it came out. And they actually all bought silver, and I was the only one that bought gold. But
I like gold better than I did silver for some reason.
yeah, well, I never played silver, but I liked gold just because it had the better exclusives, in my opinion, like Mantine.
Yeah.
Zero.
Exactly.
And yeah, it was just, I had a lot of fun playing it. It was, the only game so far besides the remakes where you get to go to the next, the other region.
Yeah. What was your opinion on Generation 3 not doing that? And 4?
When I first got Generation 3, I felt it was a bit of a step back for various reasons, like that being one of them. There was no day and night feature, and also the fact that you couldn't get an Eevee. Not to say I didn't like it. I actually like it. That's like my second favorite generation, but I did feel that was a little bit of a step back. I mean, I was glad they at least brought back the night and day and Diamond, Pearl, Platinum.
Yeah, I agree completely. The day and night system, but that's the really the generation I started playing on. So
Yeah, you said
I
like
guess
some
I don't.
kid at your school gave you a gold or something. That's how you got into Pokemon.
Yeah, pretty much. That's when I very first started playing. Then when I really got into it was around
When 3 came out.
6th grade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody had a Game Boy SP with Pokemon, and I wanted one, so that's what I got for one of my birthdays.
Yeah, Gen 3, of course, my most fond memory with that was the time when I was buying it at, I think it was Target as well. You remember what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Why don't you tell us about that?
Well, basically, I was going to pick up Pokemon Sapphire. Yeah, it was at Target, now I remember. And basically, we were checking out, and I had to go use the bathroom, and I sat down in like the last stall in the end, and there was some guy in the middle one, and some prankster came in. He shit in the urinal, turned the lights off and left, and I guess the guy, his ass was glued to the toilet. And
Oh God!
I didn't know what to do to help him. I was like only 10, maybe 11. I was still 10 actually, because it was that summer, and I didn't know what to do. I was just like back on. That's all I knew to do, and I ended up just leaving.
Oh God! You could have been the Waco hero if you would have helped that dude get off the toilet. The Waco hero.
I can only imagine the poor souls who did have to get him off the toilet.
Do you know if he was a fat man or not?
He looked decently sizable, not obese or anything, but
now, I had a question for you, and it just slipped my mind.
Use mine.
No.
It's a good question.
Shut up, Cameron. What, Huh. Shoot, I can't think of it. Well, it's video game related, I'm sure.
Is it heat? Let's do it.
So, how do you feel about 343 making Halo 4?
Well, I'm not too pissed off about it because I know it's a lot of the same, minds. Like, the main guy, Frank O'Connor. Of course, he's still the head, so we do have some new faces there. But hopefully they'll actually contribute, positively instead of, making the servers shit or something like that. But the game as a whole does look pretty good so far. I enjoy the what I've seen of the Forge. I like how the multiplayer is going to have like those anime cutscenes.
Yeah, I'm
It's a pretty
entirely
cool
looking
feature,
forward
I'd
to
say.
it. For one, am hoping that they focus more on the campaign than the multiplayer.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking.
Yeah.
Considering how big of a cliffhanger
There should
Halo 3
definitely be a
was when it
campaign just
lasted.
as worthy as the wait. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna top Halo 3. At least I think it will.
Now, you're a big Star Wars fan. What's your opinion on the whole debate of Star Wars versus Halo?
Well, I'm about as equally a big fan of both. I mean, Star Wars was one of the first things I got into because
Yeah.
my dad was into it. That was during his time. I don't really think the fans should be fighting over it. I mean,
Yeah, that's
they're
something
both,
that annoys me
great
is that
series
people
should enjoy
become
for what they're
elitists on one singular series. Anything that's similar or threatens it in popularity, they immediately hate. Yeah, it's kind of
worth. It's
annoying.
automatically a copy.
It's
or
like
something
the
like that.
PC versus console gamers. There's
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
Yeah,
or even,
exactly.
Xbox versus PS3 versus Wii gamers.
so
It's just a dumb argument, really.
let's end this off with another riddle. Do Jewish vampires avoid crosses or Stars of David?
I'm gonna have to say
I see.
pictures
You
of.
figured out that was a trick
Prophet
question.
Muhammad. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, here's a question for you, actually. I know, you're not a huge fan of, the mainstream pop scene and all that, but, is there one, like, random, odd one out song that you particularly like by, like, any mainstream pop?
Not
or
that I can really think of,
that kind of,
mostly because I don't
radio
listen to
music
a lot
type
of it,
stuff?
so I don't really know many of the songs.
Yeah. Like any guilty pleasure type songs, if you will.
Not really.
I see. Alright. Which one of my friends
I was
do
gonna
you generally dislike the most?
I was gonna say that's
It could be real life.
that's a
or
hard one, but
internet.
not really. I'd have to say it's definitely Jack. Or maybe Cookie.
Definitely Jack. Why?
Well,
Or Cookie?
for one, they're both incredibly
Why?
retarded. They're big mouths, and they definitely think they know it all. And Cookie, for example, can't stop coming up with ridiculous jokes that make no sense about me. And yeah, the redneck jokes. I mean, come on.
Like the redneck jokes?
Jack, I don't know, he's weird. He's just somebody that, no matter how hard you try to get along with, eventually you're just gonna get pissed off at him again.
Yeah, it's really funny because like as you know, you
Yeah.
guys first made friends whenever I introduced you to, and then like it just kind of escalated
Yeah,
into
so
this
I
massive
generally dislike him.
ongoing feud.
But, you know.
Oh yeah. To be fair, a lot of my friends don't like him either. I'm actually one of the few people he treats nice. I mean, like most of my friends, like Isaiah, he constantly
I
calls,
see.
you know, a worthless waste of
What was,
space and other insulting phrases.
What was
and
your
such.
opinion on that night he was trying to kill himself?
That's how it goes.
Spoiler.
That was pretty intense. I mean, I didn't know, you know, what was going on. He was having a lot of, you know, internal conflict at the time with that guy, that,
Oh yeah, the guy he was gay with?
Timothy. The dude I was telling you about, remember?
I see.
Apparently.
And, why were we telling him different ways to kill himself?
But, yeah. He seemed to be, like, happy about it. I don't know, he kept on saying something about getting turned on by it. But, I actually was, like, getting
I was gonna bring that up, but,
notify his,
what is your, opinion on me telling him to do a swan dive out his window?
I thought it was funny the way you worded that, just because,
I see.
I don't know.
And,
Just the way you said that was kind of...
I know a lot of people want to know this. Where did you get your laugh? Yes.
My rapist laugh you're talking about, I assume. Well, I'm pretty sure I've been doing that all my life, but, you were the one who coined the term rapist laugh back in, 09.
Good times, '09.
Oh, yeah.
Won't you, tell us, what you liked about the original Xbox update and the, current dashboard? Yeah.
You mean like the first update with the avatars and all that? I think it was very, very user-friendly. I think they should have just kept it that way and not changed that at all, because, I mean, it had all kinds of... It was really easy to navigate, you know... It had a nice look to it. It was nice and, you know, dark and cool looking. It fit well with, like, any theme you would put on there. It had a lot of new features that I liked. Like
yeah, I liked it
course,
best as well. I don't like the Kinect updates at all.
Yeah, I think the last one, the one that we have now and the one before that were both completely unneeded.
Yeah.
I think they're just way too blindingly white.
Kind of bland.
Hard to navigate. You can't even find half the shit on there anymore.
Yeah.
Really, I don't know.
And what MySpace became.
MySpace? It's really old. They stopped doing it.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Yeah, no. He keeps talking and he won't shut the fuck up. I told him and Cody that they were either gonna have to leave the room or be quiet. Yeah.
Or tone the serenades. I'm sorry.
Or be in the video.
He can probably hear you. Let's ask some questions about your life. What are you planning on doing since you're out of school?
Alright. I'm going to MCC, which is just a community college, in January. And it's just for 2 years, so I'm just getting my basics done there. And then I'm going to be looking for another college out of state to go to.
What colleges are you looking at?
To study writing and directing. I was thinking about UCLA. I've heard that's a pretty good one for that kind of thing. Um, but I'm not 100% sure.
It's
You said that
West
one,
Virginia
the University
University,
of West Virginia,
WVU.
was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah.
people
Sorry, I
tend to
got it
like that
backwards.
school for some
But
reason.
yeah,
I
you
don't
said
quite
that
see
one was
it.
pretty good.
I'm from the state, and I don't really like the school all that much.
Yeah.
Talking, but this design water is by
I
Coca-Cola.
don't really know anything about
But
it, so I can't
apparently it's a pretty good school. I know their football team is good,
Yeah.
so.
So any more questions about my life?
Let's see. How has pot impacted your life?
It hasn't really been a big drastic change. I mean, I enjoy, casually, I like just being social about it and just, having a bowl with my buddies at my house. Make sure
Sure.
Joe somebody doesn't come in because apparently he smokes the best weed. But yeah, no, it doesn't really like the stereotype of what it does to you like isn't true at all. You
Exactly.
still have composure of yourself. You can still like speak and ask questions. You're
No.
like, oh man, I'm tripping out.
No,
I'm
not at
seeing
all.
spaceships. It's not gonna be like that. Not even like really your first time. It's just a really chill feeling
For
that
example,
kind of, like amplifies all your senses.
for example,
if you
I'm
will.
amazing at video games when I'm
Is
stoned.
the way I would describe it? Yeah, same here. I can
I've been
usually
playing
smash
Borderlands
really
2
good.
stoned since practically the day it came out. So, but
Yeah, that's pretty funny
big
to
ass
watch.
boss. So, kind of fourth wall breaking question. What exactly am I interviewing you for? Or, yeah, what exactly am I interviewing you for?
Well, it's kind of a long story. There's this guy, and I'll show him to you later because he's kind of funny. He got Retsuprayed. He was actually a fan of Retsupray, and it was him and Billy MC, who's like one of the most popular.
Yeah.
He's been Retsuprayed like 20 times. He's like their main guy, and they actually like him. But the guy in question, his name is the Lime Popsicle, and I saw in a video response that someone did an interview
I see.
with the Lime Popsicle, and so I don't know, I wanted someone to interview me. And I had asked I'd asked my friend Darren to do it, and he said he would later, but he had to get some LPs out first. He's setting up for a new computer, so that's not going to be anytime soon. And I asked Trevor, my friend, to do it, and he said that he refused.
I see.
So I figure you were the
And,
next choice down the line. But yeah, the Lime Popsicle,
did he?
he actually commented on one of my videos recently.
So, what made you decide that I would be a good choice, considering I've
Yeah.
never interviewed anybody or done anything similar to this ever?
I don't know. You kind of, I figured there's a lot of stuff you might want to know, and you could ask like just some random BS questions sometimes, which is kind of funny. So I figured it'd make for a
I
good
see.
interviewer person guy thing. So here's a question for you, actually. What is your what information do you have on the current
Well,
status
that's
of Electrical Beast?
sort of classified. Can't really say much, but he's definitely missing. That's also
Oh, what happened
classified.
to him? Do you know? Or can you even disclose that?
But
He's
we
missing.
will find him. So
Oh, I'll have to investigate.
We can watch his ridiculous videos
Good. Good
with
to hear.
the teleporting Mario.
Yeah. Alright.
So
what are your views on Taylor Swift?
she's kind of like one of them country singers that I guess is only famous because of her looks. She can't really sing very well live.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's true.
It seems like a lot of her songs are about, yeah. I mean,
Breaking
kind of
up.
puts the, kind of makes the, what am I trying to say here? The, not listener, the stereotype that
Listener.
country music is is the most depressing music. It kind of highlights that factor for
Depressing.
that stereotype.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does. Considering she's like the only country singer that's kind of cross-faded
Yeah.
into pop as well, so she gets like the most radio play out of any of them. Yeah. Alright, so what is your favorite generation of music besides the current, like 50s, 60s, 70s?
I definitely have to say
Like,
the
what is your favorite generation
late
of
60s through the
music and why?
70s. There's
Oh yeah.
I
Who
liked
did you like
a
that
lot of the
was around
Eagles.
back then particularly?
Shoot, what is
The Eagles.
yeah, Johnny Cash was good. I liked Leonard
I
Skinner.
know you like Johnny Cash.
There's a bunch.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much most of the big rock groups that were around back then. Yeah.
The bands back then.
I don't
yeah.
really listen to much music, so
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Let me see here. Do you have any more questions about my life?
so where do you see yourself in 20 years?
In 20 years, well, I would hope that with any luck, I'm getting me some
see.
movies out there into the, get some box office hits. Hopefully, the Mason County Bounty, he'll like go down as my
I see.
my magnum
And
opus, my
when you become
classic,
all this
whatever you wanna call it.
this famous director, what's going to happen to all us lesser folk? But the
I'll
special
put you
thanks
all
is
in the
reserved for
special
people who
thanks.
slept with the right people.
So that
I
means you could
see.
have slept with
I rather
my,
like this outcome.
whoever my wife ends up being.
I think maybe
Question
if I was
is,
drunk.
would you sleep with Lydia Winters? If you were drunk.
I don't hate her.
See. What are your general views on Lydia
I
Winters?
think it's kind of stupid how she became well known. Yeah, I don't understand that at all. But
Director of fun.
who knows? How do you feel about that? You've been uploading videos to YouTube for years now, and just recently became a member or a partner or whatever. And it seems like it didn't take her nearly that long to reach more fame than you did.
I think it's because she's a girl, and the internet has a lot of, forever
I
alums
see.
on there that wanna watch that.
And
kind of thing.
what is your opinion on the Forever Alones?
Personally, I think everybody deserves somebody, but I realize that not everyone is as good as talking to women as I have become over the
I
years.
see.
I mean, I should know I was terrible at it through most of high school.
Ah. Okay. I'm pretty much running out of questions here.
Yeah, I didn't know how many you'd ended up writing down, but that's how it goes. Alright. Let me see here. Where do you see yourself in 20 years?
Huh. I don't know. I really never plan ahead. I just kind of live life as it comes. Yeah. I don't know. In 20 years, maybe you'll have me acting in one of your movies. I don't want the star role. I just want like a cameo appearance. No.
Would you be willing to be in a sex scene?
No.
If you don't want to...
Like I said, not just a nice cameo.
No, you wouldn't.
Just like have me in your movies, like in every one of your, have me in every one of your movies, just somewhere randomly doing something random.
Like, the guy who created Marvel.
Here's one. If you could be BFFs with any video game character, who would you pick?
That's a good one. Well, the obvious answer is I would, I don't know if I would necessarily be best friends, but I'd like to know the chief. That's kind of the obvious answer. I was trying to think of someone else.
Say that.
But, yeah, I mean, we wouldn't have to be best friends. He could just come over every now and again and smoke some pot through his helmet somehow with a tube or something. That way he doesn't have to take it off.
It's like... Oh, crazy.
Alright. If you could do any famous girl, any celebrity, who would you pick? I mean, I would guess for you, Mila Jovovich.
That's disgusting.
She'd have to take out her dentures first.
I don't know. I think maybe Rihanna.
No, but yeah, Rihanna. Yeah, she is pretty looking good, I have to say. I know.
Yeah, he's
your dad
quite
was
a bit
going
more
on
perverted
one
than
day
me.
about wanting to do her.
Speaking of that, my grandpa was actually going on about that one day. So,
Wow.
family of perverts.
It's kind of funny to picture.
But,
Family of perverts.
so what's your opinion on Microsoft screwing you over the past few days?
I think it's pretty bullshit. I mean, I think something like that should be their responsibility. I think they should really, I don't know. I mean, they already raised the price for membership once, which was, I think, a bit of a step too far. I think they're just too money obsessed. I mean, fucking online passes. Nothing's ever free anymore on there.
Oh yeah,
I'm
that
already blocked from buying
ridiculous
points,
outcome.
you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, so
Ooh,
if
that
you
is a
could go
tough one.
out with any video game female, who would you pick?
Let me see here. Any video game character. Well, why don't you let me ask you that? Who would you pick?
Mm-hmm. Let me think. I'd probably say of all the games I have,
Morgan.
probably
I
Morgan.
see.
Yeah.
Look through my games here. I'm not 100% sure. There's a lot of attractive females in a lot of the games we play.
Yeah.
Oh, please Fallout. So.
I figure you'd either pick like
Yeah,
Jill or
probably either
Chun-Li.
Jill or Chun-Li.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes the most sense. So, how exactly, or how long exactly are we gonna make this video here?
I'm hoping not too much longer. This is about how long I was gonna make. So I was gonna have my friend Isaiah interview me at a later date too. So I figured we'd make
I
a
see.
meeting
Okay.
about around this length. I mean, I might cut a little bit out of this.
Yeah,
Like the
I can
times when you're just trying to think of a question.
perfectly understand that. I'm completely new to this.
Still yet. Oh, here's a good question for you. What gaming tradition do you think needs to die, basically, needs to
Huh.
be wiped
Wow.
out?
What gaming tradition? That is a really tough question.
Like, my answer for that has always been, getting hurt by an enemy just because you touch it.
Yeah.
That's always been my thing.
Sometimes, I guess. I don't know, really. I guess the biggest gaming tradition for me that I dislike is how some games insist on having a boss, like, every single level. I mean, in Borderlands, for example,
yeah.
you can never catch a break. Like, I just fought a boss that took me... It took me, and I summoned and his friend 2 cars and every bit of ammo I had to kill it in the second playthrough. I mean, yeah.
2 tries, you
So, I mean,
said? Oh, wow.
they put a lot of bosses in games, I guess.
Yeah, I did like how they did give decent breathers between the big bosses
Yeah,
in Borderlands
the
too, like
bosses.
the ones that have the giant health bar that takes up the top part of the screen. There wasn't decent spacing in between those, I'll say that much at least. But I didn't like how, for example,
Yeah.
with no build up or
didn't
anything,
understand that at
Saturn
all.
just comes out of fucking nowhere.
He's never mentioned. Yeah,
What?
I mean, he's just
I don't know if
there.
I missed some dialogue or what.
And he was a bitch last night.
Yeah.
What
Right.
what is your opinion on
Let's see here.
shoot, I can't even think of his name now. The new Cromrax boss in this game.
I think the design is really cool. I mean, I didn't really get much of it. I got a small taste of it last night. I definitely think it's going to be some kind of challenge
Yeah, that
whenever we
yeah,
get
that
to
thing,
fight it.
its health just would not go down.
For real, I mean. Yeah, I do like those Thresher enemies. They have really cool design. Remind me of, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Like I was saying with those other things.
it's like
a
Diglett's
projectile
retarded
human
brother.
or something. Diglett. That's a good question. What do you think is the secret
I don't
of how
know. I
Diglett
imagine.
looks his full body?
Oh, maybe his like feet look like testicles, and he looks like a penis or something. I don't know.
Alright. What are your views on Andrew Ryan's
Um,
political
a bit
agenda,
self-centered.
whatever you want to call it?
He was trying to gear it to fit his needs or his wants,
Yeah.
and not.
Yeah.
He didn't really
That's
care
true.
much about raps or songs that worked the way he wanted it to.
1 or 2 minutes of this.
Yeah, that's true. Alright.
Huh.
What is your favorite underrated game?
Favorite underrated game? Well,
Whoa.
not 100% sure. Let me think. Uh, favorite underrated game? I have to say, Alone in the Dark. That, I thought the game was pretty good, but it got terrible reviews.
Yeah, for what I saw of it, it looked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
don't
I'd
see
say
anyone
that's
really
probably
playing that
my
game
favorite
very much.
underrated
It didn't
game.
seem to be very
What about
popular.
you?
I'm gonna.
Let me think. I want to say Conker's Bad Fur Day because it didn't like necessarily get bad reviews, but it was kind of limited to a cult following because it didn't have very much advertisement.
Yeah.
I mean, it was limited to stuff like, really late night, 12 a.m., 1 a.m. type stuff. I would say that, or I think that'd be my best example of underrated. How about this? What is your favorite, and what movie? We'll move away from games here. What movie do you like a lot, but most other people generally dislike or
Let me
flat
see.
out hate?
Nice. Alright.
What movie do I like that most people generally dislike?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people around here can't stand the movie The Titanic, and I think it's a good movie. So, guess that's a good example. Most people I talk to think it's too long or overrated.
Overrated. Yeah. For me, it would definitely be Star Wars Episode 1.
Yeah.
That movie gets like so much hate. I mean, you've probably heard it too, but it's my favorite of the prequel trilogy, in my opinion. I think it just has some really, really good fight scenes, and I mean, I think most people hate it just because of Jar Jar, and really, I don't think you could like let one.
Yeah, there's a lot of hate
character
for Jar
that's
Jar.
not even that important ruin the whole thing for you.
Oh, God.
People said he was like a Mexican stereotype.
No, I did.
I had a lot of fun watching that in 3D, though.
I don't know if you
liked it
got
as well. I
them
think
or
you
not,
did,
but I'm sending
actually.
you a pair.
You did, yeah.
Is of the limited edition 3D goggles that they gave you at the movie theaters with Darth Maul on them. But in the mail, I'm sending
No, I
you
haven't
in
got
that
anything
package. I'm
else
sending you.
along those lines yet.
I'm sending you a pair of the Darth Maul glasses.
Pretty cool. That's a nice thing for my collection. Alright. Now here's like the reverse of what I asked you last time. What is one thing that everyone seems to like and gush over, but you
That's
absolutely
actually a very
can't
easy
stand or
question.
generally
I'm going to have to say
dislike?
Twilight.
Twilight for what?
Twilight. Yeah. I don't know too many people who
But that's
like
the point.
Twilight
It's
that aren't
so
like,
overrated.
preteen
Why
girls,
would...
really?
It makes no sense. Vampires pretty
Yeah.
to be fearsome and die in sunlight,
know.
not sparkle.
Yay!
It's a pretty shallow.
Yeah.
It's a pretty shallow story, to be honest. It's kind of flat. Yeah.
Where was it
For me, I would probably. There's a lot of things that I have that view towards, but I think my biggest one would be the Black Ops series. I find no real redeeming qualities in it. I think with the villain, they're just, being desperate.
And you notice
with the
you
whole
didn't hear anything
sci-fi
about that
approach.
until Halo 4 was just getting closer to release.
Yeah, they're
Trying to
just
compete
like
with
how
Halo.
Black Ops came out around the same time as Reach. Yeah. I mean, I still have a, place in my heart for the Modern Warfare series as well as World at War. But Black Ops, I'm just not feeling. I don't know, it's like, look at a screenshot of the multiplayer of Black Ops, and you couldn't really tell
It's
it
pretty
apart
much
from
the
a
exact
screenshot
same
of the
thing.
multiplayer of, like, Modern Warfare 2 or something. Yeah. See, that'd be my answer to that. Alright. So you got anything left?
Yeah, what is your... Yeah, I got a good one. What is your opinion on the story, The Cold Equations?
The story of the Cold Equations? I think it's a story that really hits home with your emotions. I think, obviously there could
I
be
agree
a way to
completely.
approach
It was so depressing. It was like...
logically.
It's like the feeling I got when I seen what?
Yeah, you said you didn't want to read a
It's
book.
like... It was
You
a
said, like, you
really
didn't wanna read a
depressing
book
ending.
for a long
I
time
couldn't
after
believe
that.
that they would allow a book to end like that. And according to you, that the dude, when he went to publish it, actually had to change the ending like 3 or 4 times. So I imagine it was much more brutal.
Yeah, he did.
But
True, very true.
yeah.
Yeah, it was well written. Like it kept you interested, but yeah, the ending was kind of a downer.
Yeah, it didn't upset me. It kind of depressed me a little bit, about as much as the Mass Effect 3 ending did. But it's definitely a book worth reading. But
yeah.
Alright, so this interview is going to be over soon. I guess I'll ask you one more question. How do you think I did on interviewing you?
Okay. I think you did pretty dandy, pretty swell.
I see.
If I may use some older phrases, pretty rad. Alright, so do you have any final farewell
Well, if
words
you've
to
actually
these,
sat here
people
for
that
about an
managed to
hour
sit
and
through this
23,
entire thing?
24 minutes and listened to this entire conversation, my hat's off to you. You are one hell of a trooper. And keep on doing whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah, you keep on, you know, avoiding.
And make sure to set a couple of buckets outside when it's raining milk to cut down on milk costs.
And don't go outside.
Ah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
here's your all's
If
chance.
you're,
Make sure you refrigerate it pretty quickly,
storm's
though. It
actually
tends to
coming
spoil
tonight.
if you leave it out there too long. Yeah,
the
so
whole ground
just
stinks
be
the next
prepared
day,
to
no
not
matter
open
what
your
the
doors
fuck
or
you do.
windows. Yeah, you
And
don't
be sure
want
to get your
to have too
daily
many.
calcium intake. Alright. I think in true, since I did get this idea from the Lime Popsicle and the interviewer of the Lime Popsicle, I think I will sing these fine viewers off. But would you like to sing anything first? Would you like to sing a little part of a song?
Do 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 do.
Really?
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Yeah, okay, I'm done.
Don't you forget about me.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to make a
Nice.
parody of that for the next album.
That's on your next album.
And
Yeah.
I just want to
Alright,
feel
I think I'll sing a line which is pretty fitting for the end of this. As soon as he gets done talking. Alright. Everything could be everything, but baby, it's the last show. Everything could be everything, but it's time to say goodbye, so get your last fix and your last hit. Grab your old boy with his new tricks, honey, yeah. It's no surprise that I got lost in your brown eyes. Goodbye, everybody.